She crossed the line no friend should ever cross. Those aren't wild tabloid fantasies. Those are the raw, unfiltered claims Jessica Mulroney has been dropping in private chats to trusted confidants with no room for doubt. And the target of her fury? None other than Meghan Markle, her supposed soul sister, the one who shared secrets, styled outfits, cradled her kids, and beamed from the best seats at her big day. We're not tiptoeing around royal spin here. We're not playing coy with hints or half-truths. We're diving straight into the mess, mapping out the twists, and unpacking how one of the glossiest buddy bonds in the spotlight supposedly shattered into deceit, scheming, and a betrayal that ripped apart a family. This isn't idle chatter. This is a breakdown of trust gone nuclear. To grasp why this bombshell feels so explosive, we've got to rewind the tape to the early days, before the tiaras and transatlantic moves, before the headlines turned vicious. Picture this: Meghan Markle, grinding away as an up-and-coming actress in Toronto, full of drive but stuck in a bubble of B-list gigs. Enter Jessica Mulroney, the ultimate insider, a fashion whiz wired into Canada's high society, hitched to influence and wielding connections that could make or break careers. Their meet-cute wasn't some random coffee run. It was a spark of mutual advantage, a blend of vibes and vault doors swinging open. Jessica didn't just pal around with Meghan, she integrated her into the elite loop. Think wardrobe revamps, exclusive invites, rubbing shoulders with media moguls and political players. And let's not gloss over it. Jessica's marriage to Ben Mulroney wasn't window dressing. Ben's a broadcasting powerhouse, tied to a family tree dripping with clout, the kind that unlocks opportunities without a fuss. This duo's bond went way beyond surface-level hangs. Joint getaways, endless phone marathons, gushing online shoutouts, shared laughs that screamed unbreakable. Jessica wasn't Meghan's sidekick, she was the backbone holding it all up. When Meghan snagged that royal romance, Jessica was allegedly looped in from the jump. Her little ones even strutted down the aisle at the wedding, under the world's glare. This wasn't buddy vibes, this was front-row access to fairy tale status. But here's the kicker, and pay attention because this is where the fairy dust starts to choke you. Bonds forged on convenience don't snap like everyday heartaches. They splinter under weight they were never built to bear. Let's call it what it is. Jessica poured in way more than she pulled out. She dished out style-savvy, heartfelt backups, key intros, and that stamp of legitimacy. She navigated Meghan through the messy shift from TV star to prince's partner, ironing out wrinkles, shielding from prying eyes, showing up every damn time. And Meghan's return? A spotlight glow-up, sure, but not the rock-solid allegiance or shield in return, just borrowed shine. Insiders spotted the tilt early on. Meghan tapped into the Mulroney clout hard when she craved that Canadian cachet. Ben's network? Pure gold for her playbook. No fireworks yet, no dirt flying. This was all about climbing ladders. Jessica's big slip-up, by her own reckoning, she played it like kin. No tally on IOUs, no walls up, no scoreboard. But ambition? It races ahead of fidelity every time, leaving skid marks on whoever's in the way. What Jessica couldn't clock back then, what hit her like a freight train later, was that this whole setup rested on shaky ground, not solid rock. The real gut check was looming, and when push came to shove, Meghan allegedly vanished into thin air. Friendships all hit that make-or-break wall eventually. For Jessica Mulroney, it slammed down in 2020, when the spotlight turned brutal. Her rep dragged through the mud, sponsors bailing left and right, gigs evaporating in a blink. Brands ghosted her, outlets severed ties, her world imploded faster than you could scroll the feeds. And in that chaos, who could have flipped the script with one word? Meghan Markle, that's who. But did she rally? Post a defense? Pick up the phone? Hell no, she opted for radio silence, not the baffled kind, but the calculated, self-preserving variety. Folks in the know say that's when Jessica's world tilted. Her life ablaze and her so-called ride or die already out the door. No goodbye, no olive branch, no mercy. Jessica tanked deals, faded from view, lost her armor. Meghan? She hunkered down, safeguarding her own glow. This wasn't a casual fade-out, this was a straight-up ditch. And per those in Jessica's orbit, that's when the scales tipped hard, because you don't bail on a pal at rock bottom by accident. That's a choice, cold and clear. But hold up, because the quiet wasn't the deepest cut. The real venom was brewing right under her roof. While Jessica battled to salvage her livelihood, her home front was cracking. And this is where Meghan's shadow creeps into forbidden territory, because whispers suggest she didn't fully bail on the Mulroneys, just pivoted to Ben. Think midnight chats, joint spots, stretched out hangs where friend blurred into something sketchier. Toronto's inner crowd raised eyebrows, tongues wagged. Jessica sensed the shift, called it out behind closed doors. And what came back? No firm shutdown, no comfort, no lines redrawn. Reports paint Meghan dodging, pivoting topics, downplaying, then charging ahead to her shiny new chapter, her polished persona, her upgraded empire. Jessica? Left in the dust, eyeing her union fray, watching her confidant cozy up to her spouse in ways that screamed red flags. This wasn't overthinking or envy, this was gut instinct blaring alarms that got muffled too long. And then the hammer drops, the part that nukes the whole saga. From various accounts, Jessica Mulroney's laid it bare. No frills, no drama queen vibes. Meghan allegedly stepped over that sacred boundary with Ben. Not a slip-up, but a deliberate drift. Talk of fostered intimacy masked as work buddies and old pals. Overnight hotel shares, prolonged jaunts, intimate meetups where guards dropped. Observers clocked the subtle vibes, the hushed exchanges, the off-kilter moments. This didn't sprout from forum trolls, it crystallized in retrospect. Jessica pieced together the puzzle, texts, schedules, after-hours messages from glam events that suddenly clicked. When her marriage finally cratered, the fog lifted. She didn't blast it to the tabloids, didn't cash in, didn't stir the pot publicly. She confided in her tight circle, and those folks insist she wasn't speculating, she was declaring facts. This wasn't mere disloyalty. This was a calculated incursion, a supposed ally worming into a partnership, leveraging closeness, grabbing what she could, then bolting post-wreckage. If it were just feelings tangled, maybe it'd stay hushed. But Jessica's left holding receipts, making this mess impossible to brush off. On the glossy surface, Meghan Markle peddles upliftment, girl power, championing causes, bonds between women, headspace chats, ethical high ground. But those who've seen her circle dwindle paint a flip side, one that skips the TED Talks. That version snaps up ties quick, siphons benefits slickly, severs loose ends neatly. Jessica's not the pioneer in this tale, she's the loudest echo. Scan the history and the cycle loops. Flames flicker hot, doors unlock, trust gets presumed. Then, poof, quiet, space, wipeout. The stage Meghan boosts female strength. The backstage one allegedly shelves them like yesterday's news when they cramp the style. Jessica's tale layers on the shadows, not just a drop, but a breach, slipping into her home turf, tapping clout, overstepping bounds that scream permanent. This ain't sour grapes or grudges. This is patterns stacking into personality. Fast forward to now, it's hanging unresolved, teetering on the edge, primed to topple. Meghan's side? Crickets. No pushback, no details, no nod. That hush isn't random. Engaging means timelines get dissected, and those demand receipts. Jessica, post-split, piecing her career back, her fuse is burnt out. Not hollering, not dumping leaks willy-nilly. She's biding time, and that's the real threat. These claims are already percolating in upscale Toronto hubs and further, low-key but legit, from folks with skin in both games. Other ex-pals are eyeing it sharp. If Jessica unloads fully, she'll have company. Cracks widen under strain, not noise. So the real puzzle isn't if this buzz exists, it's how long till it bursts wide. Now, let's zoom out and frame this properly, because Meghan's arc doesn't exist in a vacuum. Paint her as the schemer, the ladder climber who torches bridges without a backward glance, and suddenly the heroes shine brighter. Think William and Catherine, steady, committed, embodying that quiet dignity the monarchy thrives on. Where Meghan allegedly plays fast and loose with loyalties, they build legacies on trust, family first, no shortcuts. Catherine's grace under fire, worlds apart from these alleged dodges and deflections. William's focus on duty, not drama, a stark contrast to ambition's steamrolling ethics. The firm itself stands as this pillar of tradition, weathering storms with poise, while Meghan's moves supposedly erode her own foundations. It's like comparing a fortress to a sandcastle. One's built to last, the other's washed away at high tide. And the public's not blind to it. Scroll any feed and the backlash is roaring. Folks from the States to down under venting frustration, piecing together the inconsistencies. Finally, someone's calling it out, they say. We've seen the pattern for years. Comment sections erupt with validation. Everyday viewers nodding along, sharing their own takes on betrayal, demanding accountability. It's not just royal watchers, it's anyone who's ever been burned by a fake friend, relating hard to Jessica's alleged raw deal. Polls pop up, debates rage. Does this tarnish Meghan's brand forever? Audience buy-in is massive, fueling the fire, because who doesn't love seeing facades crack? Broader picture, this ripples way beyond one fractured bond. It questions power plays in celeb spheres, how relevance gets chased at loyalty's expense, how influence wanes when skeletons rattle. Meghan's grip on Hollywood, her advocacy cred, all under siege if these perceptions stick. It spotlights monarchy's enduring pull versus fleeting fame grabs, reminding us relevance isn't eternal. In a world obsessed with optics, this alleged hypocrisy could deflate her balloon for good, shifting tides towards those who walk the talk, like the Cambridge's grounded approach. Wrapping this up with the fury it deserves, how dare someone preach empowerment while allegedly stabbing allies in the back? It's the ultimate irony, a masterclass in double standards that leaves you seething. Jessica poured her soul in, only to get ghosted and gutted. Marriage in ruins, career on life support, years wasted on a mirage. And Meghan, sailing on, image intact for now, but cracks showing. This is what happens when drive devours decency, when closeness becomes a weapon. It's infuriating, it's heartbreaking, and it's a wake-up call. Loyalty isn't optional, it's the glue. If Jessica's holding back bombshells, the fallout could be epic, exposing not just one mess, but a whole web of convenience over character. We've waited too long for these truths to surface. Silence only festers the wound. If this tale's got your blood boiling like it has mine, smash that like button, subscribe for more unfiltered royal rants, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you reckon Jessica's next move is? Share this with your mates across the pond or down under, and let's keep the conversation cracking. Ta for watching, stay tuned because the drama is just heating up.